Hello YouTube, Dave here again. You may know the company Beadle Grimm's based on their premium editions of some of the D&D 5th edition adventure books or campaign setting books, where they put out these like large box sets that come with a collection of like physical items as well as like versions of the books themselves. But they're also into or getting into the second edition Pathfinder market. And right before the holidays, I think it was, they actually reached out to me to ask if I'd be willing to help promote some of their Pathfinder second edition products to raise awareness of the fact that they are getting into that market. And I said I'd be more than willing to help, because I've always been interested in some of their stuff, and this is going to be my first experience with them, and it's definitely an interesting one. So what they actually have sent me here, and they have sent me these products, so these are things that were sent out for review purposes. However, Beadle and Grimm's is not influencing the video. They're not demanding a positive review. They're not scripting the review, and they're not pre-screening the review before it goes out. So the opinions that I express here are 100% completely and totally my own. But the products that they sent me were some of the most interesting looking ones that I'd seen them sort of advertised in the past. And that is the Pathfinder Complete Chronicles. Now, they sent me two of them here. They've got one for the Fighter, and they sent me another one for the Druid. Taking a look at their website right now, they also currently have these Chronicles for the Rogue, the Wizard, and the Cleric. So there's the different classes there. We're going to get into what all of this stuff is or what's included here. And today I'm going to be looking specifically at the Fighter book. I feel like the Druid one sort of deserves its own separate video. So we're going to sort of set this one off to the side. But today we're going to be taking a look at the Pathfinder 2nd Edition Complete Fighter Chronicle from Beadle and Grimm's. I'm really excited about this. So yeah, let's just get right into it, shall we? The first thing, like my very first impression, and I kind of almost wish at this point that I'd opened the box and done like the unboxing on video. Like the first thing that I was really blown away by is just the sheer size of these products. So these Complete Chronicles are like a very in-depth character tracker, character sheet, kind of product. But man, like when I pulled this out, like this is the size of like a rule book. So there's a lot more in here than I was necessarily expecting when I first pulled this out. So I was just really like, I was almost at a loss of words. And I genuinely mean that when I pulled this out, because like I said, it was just so much more to it than I was expecting. I had seen that some other people had been receiving these as well. But all I'd seen were like pictures of the product, like, from like an overhead perspective. And if they put out videos, I haven't watched them yet, because I always like, these videos to be like my genuine impressions and not shaped by like what other people sort of have said about them. So once I actually, complete these videos, then I'll start watching other people's stuff to see what they think about them. But I always try to keep myself separate from everybody else so that, like I said, my opinions can be 100% completely and totally my own. But let's take a look at what's actually included in here. So it says the Complete Character Chronicle is a full-size book that includes complete feats, spells, and rules for not only the Pathfinder 2nd Edition core rulebook that we have here, but also the Advanced Player's Guide. So it actually includes all of the feats, the spells, the options specifically catered to your class from both of those books, which is really, really awesome. Because I did like a buyer's guide video for Pathfinder 2nd Edition a little while ago, and if you're a player, essentially what I said is the core rulebook is obviously an essential pickup, but I also kind of rated the Advanced Player's Guide as, if not essential, then definitely the very next thing that you need to strongly consider picking up, because there's some great stuff in here. So it's amazing that it includes all the stuff from those two books. Now, this is specifically for your class and your class only. So it's going to be the stuff that's, designed specifically for them. So you're not going to have like the general feats or stuff like that, but this is the specific information for your class here. We have original artwork and elements like birth certificates, which is kind of neat, death certificates, and I got to be honest, this is something I really want to check out, because I kind of love the idea of filling out a death certificate for your character, especially if you're like me and find some, unique and creative ways to get your character killed off. So yeah, really cool stuff there. A floor plan for your home base and more. So there's just a lot of really interesting stuff sort of included here. It also comes with a complete expansive character sheets, which makes sense. It also says sheets in plural, so it sounds like there's going to be multiple versions there. We'll take a look once we open this up. Like I said, it is still shrink wrapped. Journal section with grids for map making and inspiring or just funny quotes from famous adventurers. So there's going to be some quote stuff here. Like I said, there's a reason why I wanted to do each chronicle in its own separate video, because I want to take like a really comprehensive look here. And there's a custom whiteboard to track your progress. It also says it's all on a lay flat binding and high quality paper fit for scribbling, drawing, journaling, adding hit points, erasing hit points, and everything else you need to record your epic story for your character. So sounds like it's going to be on sort of a thicker, high quality paper stock, which is great. What does that all mean besides having a really cool journal? It means checking your saving throws, maintaining your enemies list. I think that's an important one. Figuring out that one extra point of AC, checking on your familiar's magic abilities, charting the area of effect for your newest spell, designing your keep. So yeah, it's really, really cool stuff here. Taking a look at the price of this on the website, and again, this is a thick product here. Apparently it's got like a faux leather or like vegan leather, I guess they call it. Cover, it's got like the gold inlays. This is only $40 US, according to their website. At first, all I could see were the Canadian prices because I was looking this up on my phone, and my phone just automatically set it to Canadian. But even at the Canadian prices, it was only $52 plus obviously like taxes and shipping. So it's like, honestly, it seems already like just based on the stuff they're describing to be in there, for $40, that's a really amazing value. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this out of the cellophane and we're going to start flipping through, and we're going to take a look at everything that's included in this book. So we're just going to get it out of the plastic, and I will be right back. All right, so we got the plastic off of it there. And I got the plastic off. I set the book down right away. I want my first impressions of like what this vegan leather cover feels like, and I wanted that to be on video as well. And it feels really good. I mean, it feels like a leather. It feels like a leather covering. It doesn't feel like a cheap imitation leather. It actually feels really, really good. It's got the Paizo Golem stamped in like the gold lettering. It's or the relief lettering, whatever you want to call it. Oh. Get it to focus there. The lights reflecting can make the focus difficult. But yeah, the cover actually feels really, really good. So like the faux leather, yeah, it feels fantastic. So let's just go ahead and open this right away. So there we have, I guess maybe this is your keep, but this is a really cool looking map. I love the fact that it has like the murder hole like focused in on there. The main keep, like it, and I love the fact that it looks like a hand sketched like floor plan here. That's really, really cool. Like, yeah, this is just really awesome. So the complete fighter chronicle, again, I love that art. Here we go. So we got a certificate of birth. I want to see if we've actually got, and I love the fact that it's got like, it looks like the tabs, which is really cool. And it looks like kind of like the like jagged sheets of unrefined paper. Character sketches. Now this is a section that a lot of people would get some great use out of. I'm not artistic at all, so that's just not gonna happen. But yeah, here we go. So we got the character sheet. It's got the outline or the silhouette of the iconic fighter. So it'll be interesting to see when I do my review of the complete Druid Chronicle if they use the artwork for the Druid. I'm suspecting that they do. For like the silhouette there, but that's again just really, really cool stuff. It is a nice thick paper here, so this is something that I feel is going to hold up really well to repeated use of like writing stuff down and erasing. The collector side of me cannot bring myself to use to actually write something in here, at least at this point in time. But yeah, it's actually a really nice thick quality paper here. So the paper stock is fantastic. We got our inventory, our character sheet here, and then we got our class features. So it gives us spots to fill in the items that we choose, and similar to like just the regular character sheets that you can purchase, anything that is specific to like every fighter, so it's something that everyone's going to get. It's like the options that are that you don't choose, they're just the ones that are level dependent. They have those all filled in already for you, which is great. And yeah, it even gives you some basic information. So like increase skills, so untrained to trained, trained expert. So like it actually gives you a little bit of information on each of those abilities as well, which is great. A spot to fill in your feats and abilities, and actually a nice number of pages for it. Archetype, feats and abilities. So if you choose an archetype, there's a spot for that as well. You know, you put them in, and you choose what level feats you have. So that's really cool as well, because I love archetypes over like multi-classing. So that's really cool. Leadership, follower. So if you have individuals following you, you can write down their names and some information about them. Leadership events. So again, this is just your basic character tracking information here. And it's great that it's all up front as well, because that way, you're not flipping all the way through just to find your character, or like have it all the way at the back sort of thing. So I really like that. Pathfinder Society. So if you join the society, there's information there as well. Again, just really, really cool. And I also want to say that for Pathfinder Society, I think I spoke too soon. This might be for actual doing because Pathfinder Society is the name of their organized play system. And it's also a society, like a society within the Pathfinder world as well. But yeah, I think this is for the actual if you're playing the official scenarios for the Pathfinder organized play, they call it Pathfinder Society. So it gives you like the scenario spot for the date that you played at the scenario, the level, and then just some notes on it. So that's really cool. I do have some Pathfinder Society scenarios sent to me. And eventually, what I want to do is actually run them when we move into a house and have better setups and stuff. I actually want to start running those, so that's really cool. A nice amount of section for important people, so NPCs, important places. Again, really cool stuff to have. These are the kinds of so people and places are like things that I always just jot down on the scrap paper that I'm using to track my hit points. So actually having a really nice laid out section for it, I think is going to be really awesome. We have quests as well. So the goal of the quest, milestones, character levels, what the rewards of treasure was, and who claimed them. Again, this is just a really, really thorough set of just basic tracking and note-taking stuff that I really love. There's also some fabric bookmarks that we got in here as well, so that's really cool. And there's two of them, and so I love I love books that come with these bookmarks in them. But when they have more than one, that's even better in my opinion. So that's all the character stuff, and again, you got a pretty decent section with some great stuff for note taking. I'm going to assume that the death certificates must be later on, and like I said, I hope there's multiple of them, because that's going to be my favorite part of this whole thing. But here we get into the rules reference information for your class, and this is just it's reproducing the specific information. So this is what your fighter gets. Again, new artwork, so this is different from what is in the Pathfinder 2nd edition core rulebook, and I picked this pocket edition up specifically so I could see if there was some the character art, specific character art here that I want to take a look at. We just gotta go past the druid, and yeah, so here we have our fighter from the core rulebook, and again, that's cool art. I like that art. But man, that is awesome. That is really amazing artwork. And yeah, we get all of our information. So proficiencies. So this is the stuff that you would use when you're referencing your character. And I enjoy making fighters. I don't make them very often for play, but man, right now, this book makes me want to make one and play it. It's just so cool. So we have our advancement, and again, this is all the information from the core rulebook, and here we have our feats. And again, I want to say that it probably includes the feats from both the core rulebook and the advanced player's guide. So I just want to get back to the fighter section here real quick. All right, so fighter. So the first feat that we have here, combat assessment. Yeah, so there it is. So combat assessment is the first feat in the advanced player's guide, and it's here. So yeah, so this includes from both books, and it alphabetizes them, so that's actually really, really cool. So this is all of the feats from those two books, and that is awesome. And again, some nice artwork. So we got like the sample fighter there's Archer. I want to see if they have different samples actually. So again, I don't mean to keep comparing the core book to the character chronicle, but I still just kind of want to check out because they've got like some sample. Okay, so it uses the same artwork for like the sample characters, but that's fine because that's really cool artwork anyway. So I really like that. That's new artwork. And yeah, oh, it's just so, I don't know, this is awesome. And again, like for $40 US, that's a really really good price. Like when I was looking at it Canadian dollars and I saw that it was listed as 52, it's like that can't be right. Like that's got to be you know, like so that's got to be the US price. But no, so this is only $40. Skills. Okay, so it gives you, so this is cool. I like, you know, that it gives you like the earn income, downtime activity. Man, there's some awesome stuff in here. Armor and skills, so it tells you which ones might be, like what skills might be affected. Recall knowledge. Man, there's just some awesome stuff in here. And it does actually give you the description of, there's the bookmarks, by the way. It does actually give you the descriptions of all the skills. And this is something, and the stuff that you can do with it. So this is actually, again, really useful because there are different, I mean, there's all kinds of different things you can do with the skills, like different actions, different abilities. And it's yeah, the stuff that is, I guess it's not all of them, but it's the stuff that's probably like the main fighter skills. Actually, that might be chosen from your list. Hold on. Must consult with the book again, because that might be the description of all the skills that the fighter lists as the ones you can choose from at when you're making your character at first level. So I just want to check that real quick because that's a really cool detail if that's the case. So skills, acrobatics, athletics. Oh no, it's just those two. But I guess it gives you some of like the more common ones. So like medicine, intimidation, survival. Just some stuff again that'd be really useful for the fighter character specifically. So again, I want to check and see, obviously, when I get to the druid one, to see which different skills that they choose there. So like, so these are probably like the more likely to be used by your character, and we got craft in here as well. And again, what's great about this that you can use it for crafting, but you can also use it for repairing your items, like your shield that you're using to absorb hits by. Oh man, it does have the, okay, I was wrong. This does have the general and feats and skill feats. So I was thinking it was just going to be the stuff that the fighters would use, but this is actually, so it gives you the chart of all of them. So it gives you the chart for all of them, which gives you like a brief description of what they do. But man, and then it gives you like the selected ones. So these are probably, again, the ones that you're more likely to take. Oh man, this is really cool. Risky surgery. I'm familiar with that one. That is from the advanced. That's from the advanced player's guide for sure. Terrified retreat. Oh man, like that's really cool. So it gives you the charts, which is awesome. And I believe these would just be from the core rulebook, and it gives you the page reference. I believe that you would use to look up in the core rulebook. So that's really cool. And then we've got selected archetypes. So the archetypes, so these would be ones again that are probably more commonly associated with the fighter, or ones that they just kind of wanted to highlight here. But looks like there's some really cool ones. So we got the Bastion, the Bounty Hunter, the Cavalier, Marshal, the Mauler, the Medic, the Sentinel, the Viking, and the Weapon Improviser. So man, this is so... And these are all very logical choices too. Like I love this. Martial arts. I guess I missed martial artist, or maybe I said it and just completely forgot about it. The medic. So the medic is probably the one that I would choose because I like the idea of, well, I usually end up making a cleric anyway to fill the gaps when I actually get to make a player character. So if I can make a fighter medic, that's what I would go with. So that's really cool. Love the Viking. I love the fact that they didn't put like the horned helmet on the Viking like so much Viking art does, even though that's like not what their helmets look like. So that's really awesome. He kind of looks almost like the Berserker type of Viking. The weapon improviser, again, I love that. That's so cool. Improvised pummel, surprise strike. Yeah, a lot of great stuff in here. Adventuring for fun and profit. Okay, so some basic information on like actions that you can take, recovery checks, the dying condition, a list of conditions. So that's again really awesome. These conditions appear often in the game and are defined in detail in the conditions appendix. Gives you the page reference on the core rulebook, so that's awesome. But it gives you just sort of a basic description of each of these things here. Yeah, really, really, really cool. Different damage types. So again, that could be useful information. Unconscious, the wounded condition, the doomed condition, death, heroic recovery. I believe that's when you roll a... Oh no, if you have a hero point. If you have at least one hero point, yeah, you can spend all of your hero points. That's something that honestly I always forget to do, is hero points, but it is something that is very important. So death effects, instant death, massive damage. You die instantly if you ever take damage equal to or greater than double your maximum hit points in one blow. That makes sense. Yeah, hero points, describing heroic deeds, exploration mode, this downtime mode, man, this is awesome. Encounter mode, so roll initiative, play a round, begin the next round. What you can do on your turn, the different actions. Yeah, again, this is awesome. It has strike, stride, step, avert gaze. So this is one that, like, you know, always comes up whenever you include an encounter with like a Medusa or something like that, or a basilisk, and the players always say, well, I want to look away. So I actually like the fact that they have the avert gaze listed as just an action there. And also, I guess I should mention, like the lay flat binding is actually really nice. Like it's great. Like it's just, again, a really high quality binding. I'm really impressed by this. I'm not afraid that the pages are going to start falling out. So yeah, I guess I just never really noticed. I wanted to test the lay flat binding and see how comfortable I am with it. But yeah, no, it works really good. Combat movement, so examples of movement, flanking, just some really, again, just useful stuff here. Cover, and again, I love sort of like the sketch nature of those maps. Equipment. This gear chart, so we've got changing equipment, so what the actions are, how many hands it takes. We've got our different armors there, so we got the armor charts. Standard shields, melee weapons, ranged weapons, adventure gear, man, like this. So you're not gonna have like the full-on descriptions, but again, like it just, like, even the charts are really basically all that you really need, and the other stuff is sort of like nice to have. But oh, actually, God, I gotta stop guessing these things because I'm like proven wrong immediately. This looks so cool. All right, so Seared and Roasted and Co. Cheapest supply house on Galarian. Our trade reaches all 8 continents. So this is almost like, basically like a catalog for this, like, you know, this business. All high quality goods unless they're in the clearance section. Weapons, armor, armor and shields guide. But look, I mean, just look at this. This is so, and it has their name at the bottom. So the Seared, Roasted and Co. Weapon Supply is a division of B&G Pandemonium Warehouse. So B&G is Beadle Grimm's. But yeah, oh, this is so cool. Like, yeah, and it gives, oh man, so okay, so it gives like the armor bonus, the dex cap, the check penalty, the strength requirement. If your strength is equal to or greater than the number there, it reduces the check penalty and the movement penalty if there is one. But it also gives the hardness, the hit points, the broken threshold. Yeah, that is awesome. I really like that. And again, I love, like, you know, handcrafted. So cool. Like, that's just such a cool detail. And it has upgrades. Oh man, so there's like actual, like, some magic item stuff here. Adamantine, Mithril, Elven Chain, Celestial Armor, the Demon Armor. Mail of Luck. This is so Hey, this is my genuine reaction. Like, this isn't me hamming it up. Like, I'm not that good of an actor. So yeah, shield upgrades. I love exploding shield. I love that. Again, some really nice artwork in here too. The lion shield. So again, some magical items, some specific items. The dragon. Okay, so again, dragon scale stuff always comes up whenever my group defeats a dragon. So I love the fact that they actually have like just the artwork for the different ones, the different colors, and it gives you essentially what it protects against. So again, just really cool stuff. Then we're gonna get into some melee weapons here: spikes, Morning Star, the glaive. I mean, yeah, this is just this. This is so cool. I'm, I'm genuinely impressed with the stuff in here, and I love the artwork as well. Dagger of Venom, Holy Avenger. That Holy Avenger looks awesome. I love that. The Sky Hammer. Okay, item level 20. So this is something for much later, but oh, that looks really awesome as well. The Oath Bow, the good old Elven Oath Bow. Or I guess it's just the Oath Bow now. Terrifying ammunition. Yeah, I'd be a little bit concerned about that. Okay, so here we get the armor and weapon traits. So again, useful stuff. And again, okay, so like I said, this is supposed to be like the mimicking the catalog, and nothing makes this more authentic as a fake a fake catalog than the ads in the back, right? Like this is just so cool with the. I'm not going to read the comic out loud, but if you can see it on the screen and you want to take a second to read through that. But yeah, it's got like it's the I have enclosed. It's like the old catalogs where you would send them a check, right? Like that's so cool. And so here we have the journal section. So this is just a spot for you to write down your notes. But again, it's got our quotes here. So we got Sir Taylor Durham, and it says, "I'll tell you about the club I'm in, but first there's a rule or two about not telling others." So the Fight Club reference. That's awesome. Little kobold sketch. With my weapons, I am a master of the elements as much as any mage. My blade was. Oh, sorry. My blade was mined from the earth, forged in the fire, quenched in the waters, and cuts through the air. So, again, cool stuff there. A spot again for mapping. So I love this, and again, it's in that high quality paper, so it would hold up better to repeated use. So again, I love that. I'm not going to read every single quote, but it is cool that they have them. Top battles. So if you have some really memorable fights or encounters, then there's a spot where you can sort of write down some stuff about that. I love and keep it separate from everything. So I love that as well. So some more mapping stuff here. The goblin art, just again, looks like sketches. I love that. Okay, so again, so it gives you a nice mix of like just pages for note taking, some like just creature sketches. I think that's a hobgoblin. Several spots for mapping stuff, so that's really cool. My greatest foes, so you can they can make the if you encounter someone and you don't like them, then they can make the list. That's a cool picture. Not entirely sure what that's supposed to be, but that's a really cool sketch. And yeah, again, so every few pages of just space for just regular notes, there's spots for mapping stuff out. So yeah, again, really cool. So you can actually keep a chronicle of some of like if you go through some dungeon crawling stuff and you sort of map stuff out there, you can actually preserve some of that if you want to. So that again is really cool. That's a Bugbear there, I believe. Bugbear, or that might be their orc artwork. Either way, it looks really cool. Again, some awesome quotes. The Clash of Sword on shield is my song. I am in your armor, your blade, strike at your foes, and guide your hand, for I thirst only for battle. A warrior's prayer to one of the deities there. I was going to say that was a lurker, but no, that's the wrong term. Roper. Yeah, roper. It's late at night when I'm recording this, so my brain is not 100% effective here. That looks awesome. Again, I don't know exactly what that's supposed to be, but that looks really awesome. Dragon, I believe that's their red dragon art, and that looks really cool as well. I love the sketch style of it. It's just so cool. Purple worm. Okay, and here, I believe, yeah, okay, so here's the spot where you can actually sketch out your own home base. And this is, so it folds out. It's really, really, like, it's nice. But what's really cool is that it gives you the key that you can use basically when you're making your maps. So, you know, if you diagram a favorite battle, that's awesome. Quarters for men-at-arms. Of course, you got to have your murder holes. So you got weapon rack, backup weapon rack, alternate backup weapon rack. So there's definitely some tongue-in-cheek stuff here as well. But just having these keys again are really useful, especially if you're not comfortable or used to making maps yourself yet. Just knowing what things to use. Yeah, it's really, really cool, and I love the little blood stain there. This is a really nice attention to detail. Some sketches, and there's our death certificate. We only get the one death certificate, guest book, so I almost wonder if like the guest book would be like you just sort of scribing the names of the different characters, but we do get a death certificate here. Please allow 3 days for resurrection before filling this form. Place of death, date and time of death, cause of death. Kindly check this box if entire party met demise during this endeavor. Quests left unfulfilled, valuables bequeathed. So you can actually make a will. So if you don't want your party members fighting over your belongings like the vultures that they are, you can actually have a last will and testament. I like that. Favorite weapon must be put on display at local tavern, put on display in village square, buried beside me. Death must be avenged. No, it was my time. Yes, avenge me. And in the following manner. So this is so cool. I love this. Most notable accomplishments. Saved world, of course, or surprisingly not. Most epic battle. Favorite quote. Companion I loved. Companion I love to hate. Arch nemesis. Did you defeat the arch nemesis? Yes or no? And desired epitaph. So this is so cool. Like this. So this is a page I absolutely plan on like photocopying and printing out. That's just so awesome. I love that. That is, again, there's really, really cool stuff here. Administration use only, remains received as. So it even has like just the back there with like the stamp on it. And then we have our open gaming license and just another personal index. And yeah. Oh, and what do we have in here? I don't know if I want to mess with this too much, but okay, hold on. Nope, there is something actually in here. Oh, this is the whiteboard. Okay. Sorry if I bumped the camera a little bit there. Let's just try to slide that back into everything. Okay, so this is the whiteboard, and man, this is actually like this is nice. It's nice and thick. It's got the glossy surface. I've already got my fingerprints all over, but that's fine. Initiative, armor class, perception, focus points, hero points, hit points. This is awesome. And then on the back, it's got your actions and stuff. So yeah, so that is, and it's got like the elastic here to prevent it from sliding out when you're traveling around this. So this is really, really cool. And you just got the same sort of artwork on the back there. So I'm not going to put that back in right now because, like I said, I don't want to keep jostling the camera. But we'll at least do this here. In fact, you might actually be able to use this to hold the whole book closed. So just let me, yeah. And I bumped the camera again, even though I said I didn't want to do that. So nothing but the most professional here. So yeah, you can actually use that to hold the entire thing closed. So if you're traveling, that's, again, just a really, really, really nice touch. So that was the flip through. So I probably don't have to share my actual thoughts at the end of this video because I think it's fairly obvious based on my reactions. But this thing is, honestly, it's amazing. Like, I'm really blown away by the attention to detail, the quality of everything, just the sheer amount of information that's included in here. Stuff that I said at the beginning was probably not going to be in there was, a lot of it was actually in there, and I was really surprised by that. The fake store catalog is like hands down my favorite part of this whole book, with a very close second being the death certificate. But yeah, this is a really, really great product. And if you're someone like, I know players that really have a favorite class that they stick with and that they always play. I have a friend who pretty much always plays rogues, or always plays wizards, or always plays like fighters. And so something like this would be amazing for those individuals. So if you have like a favorite class that you play regularly, then these things are so worth it. And even if it's like, honestly, at $40 US, like, these are just a really, really, really high value product. Like, the amount of value that you get for that $40, it's incredible. Just, some amazing stuff in here. So yeah, this is something that, again, I highly, highly recommend. And right now they are limited to the number of classes that they have available. So like I said, we got the fighter one, we have the druid one, which I'm going to do a separate video on here very, very shortly, within the next few days. There is the rogue, the wizard, and the cleric. I'm not going to speak for Beadle and Grimm, so I'm not going to speculate too much. But one of these books that I would really love to see would be for the Alchemist. And I think that like the Alchemist, if they put out an Alchemist one of these, then like the second it goes out, I'm throwing down my $52 Canadian plus tax for it, because like the Alchemist is a class that I really like from Pathfinder 2nd edition, but with like the formulas and like just having to flip through the book quite a bit to find like the alchemical items that they can construct, one of these would be great for that. But for the ones that they have, if it's anything like this fighter one, like, man, I'm just, like I said, I'm really impressed. I'm really blown away by the quality of this. Just the sheer volume of stuff that's in here. Yeah, it's awesome. So this, again, is something that I highly recommend. And for the price, that $40 price tag, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with this. Like, yeah, I'm honestly really tempted to go out and purchase some of the other ones, specifically the wizard and cleric ones, because like fighters, wizards, and clerics are the classes that I like to make the most. So yeah, I definitely see myself picking those up in the very near future. So yeah, Beadle and Grimm's, their Pathfinder Complete Chronicles, amazing quality. I love the thickness of the paper, the leather, the faux leather cover feels incredible. The whiteboard that they include and has some really great information on there. It's just, again, just really super high quality stuff. And again, there's a lot of like tongue-in-cheek with the catalog and the death certificate, but this is just a really great product overall, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more of what Beadle and Grimm's has to offer for Pathfinder 2nd edition. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, I again highly recommend this, especially if you are someone who has a favorite class that you play quite regularly. This is a great pickup. If you know someone, or if you know someone that has a favorite class, and they play them a lot, and they have like a birthday or something coming up. We just missed the holiday season, but yeah, it makes for a great gift as well. And for $40 US, again, like, the price is incredible for the amount of stuff that you get. So that's so yeah, I recommend it. I highly recommend it. So thank you once again to Beadle and Grimm's for sending this out to me. I really do appreciate it, and I'm blown away by the quality. You guys do some great stuff, and yeah, I'm just super impressed by this. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below, do you have a favorite class that you tend to make more often than others? And if so, is it one of the ones that they currently have a journal for, or is it one that you hope that they make a journal for in the very near future? Like I said, the one that I would love to see would be for the Alchemist. If, like I said, that comes out, I'm ordering it day one. But yeah, really, really amazing stuff so far. So thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you again to Beadle and Grimm's for sending this out to me. It's incredible. I can't say enough good things about it, but we're going to cut the video off here before I babble too much longer. So thank you everyone again. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you all next time. Take care.